Before we look at the sharpening of U-shaped gouges, we need to look at the basic shape of them. So let's start actually with this tool. This is a number 9 gouge, and if I was to show you on the Sheffield list or anything like that, it would look in profile, the sweep would look like this. And what that is a semicircle. So the whole tool, if it was extended, would come round in a circle, which is why you can use this gouge upright and make circles. So these are this and all this sort of gouge based on a circle is a true gouge, what I call a true gouge. But what can happen when we get to U-shaped gouges is that this bit here, the ends, can extend. So if I show you this sort of picture here, so we've got the basic gouge at the bottom based on a circle, and then we've got the 2 extended sides, and this would be a gouge like this one, and usually they're quite big gouges for this sort of shape, and this will be given a 10 or 11. There's a bit of controversy as to what is what. I often think of this as a number 10, but sometimes it's decided it's just an 11. But what's important about this tool is that you get 3 different shapes. You get a chisel here, 2 chisels, you get a gouge here, and you get a bit in between, which is neither one thing nor the other, and that's a very useful tool. The other thing that can happen is that these sides can come together, so what you get is actually a parallel sided tool like this. So you've got now really 2 parallel chisels that are straight and the gouge at the bottom, and these are usually smaller tools like this. This is a small version of that. Now it's important to understand these sort of shapes because that does affect how we're going to sharpen it, and that's what we're going to look at now. I'm not going to go through the full commissioning of one of these gouges. This is elsewhere, and I'll put some links below. But with this number 9, the thing is that you have to make this big curve from one side to the other like that, which is pretty much turning your hand all the way around like this as you go from side to side. Now, so that's a number 9 gouge, and of course this is an oil stone using oil. With the number 10 or 11 that's more open and not parallel, you can still do that. You can still come around and do the chisel like this. But it is asking a lot, and it depends whether this is curved slightly or whether it's truly parallel. So you're still having, so this number 10, you can still sharpen it like this. And of course you'll need your slipstone on the inside. For a tool like this, although it's quite small, it's got parallel sides, and that is very difficult to sort of come along like this all the way over. It's really quite awkward. So what you need to do where you have parallel sided is to swap the tool round. So basically you're going to do three parts. You're going to do the 2 chisels, and you're going to do the gouge in the middle. So you do 1 chisel like you would a chisel this way. If I put that to the side, you can see that. So that's at the cutting angle like this. You then do the other chisel like this. And then the trick is to swing it over and then to join the gouge at the bottom. So you divide that whole action into 3. 1, other chisel, 2, 3, which are, sorry, this way. And you're trying to merge that cut, the white line and all that, to get that edge all the way around sharp, and you try and keep the corners. You could probably do it with the other one here, this big one, but I think that's quite difficult if that's curved. So the important thing is to understand the nature of this parallel sided number 11 and to work with it. 2 chisels and a gouge, and then you'll need a slipstone to work on the inside, and you work the flat side of slipstone on the chisel and on this chisel here, and you use the bottom of the slipstone on the bottom of the gouge like that. So that's how to sharpen the U-shaped gouges.